A perfect holiday with a sea adventure like scuba diving turned horrific for many young women in Mangalore when their instructor took advantage in the depths of the sea. Despite facing molestation charges, this predator is still out there somewhere. For the moment, we are told he's absconding.
A horror beyond imagination for an IT professional who had gone for scuba diving at Shirur Beach in Mangaluru in January. Her holiday turned into a nightmare when she was molested underwater by her instructor. The unforeseen attack has shocked people, and a recollection of the incident in a blog takes the readers through the hapless 40 minutes when the instructor pounced on her like a sea monster. She writes in her blog, "My instructor had breathing equipment in his hands, but as we swam across the corals, the fish at the very bottom of the Arabian Sea, his hands were no longer on my diving equipment. For the next 40 minutes, he took complete advantage of my silence and my helplessness." Shockingly, a similar molestation case was filed by another woman against the same instructor, Dhirendra Rawat.
There are two complaints against the same person, one by the blogger whose blog it has become so it has gone viral now, and the second is by a doctor from Punjab. So in both the cases we have arrested, the charge sheet is done, and both are in the court of law, and the trial is happening.
Though Rawat is now out on bail, the police has banned him from training in Udupi district. His company of scuba diving has also been sealed. With Pratibha Raman and Rohini Swami, Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Pratibha Raman now joins me with the latest. Pratibha, the blog of this young IT professional reads like an absolute horror story. This man, we are now told, though charge sheeted, is absconding. What's the latest?
Well, the police say that so far they are keeping track of his movements because there is a rowdy sheeter charge that has been put against him, and because of which actually means that with a rowdy sheeter charge, one can actually keep track of his movements and find out if he is indulging in any kind of antisocial elements, and that is what the police is trying to do at this point in time. And number two, having sealed the particular company where he has worked for, they are also looking at talking to the International Association in order to revoke his license. So these are the steps being taken. Now, when the trial is on, the next hearing is on May 6th. So all eyes are on May 6th to see whether this person will actually appear at the court of law or not.
Okay, and in this case, this is a cast iron case because this young lady, the brave young lady, after they came up after 40 minutes, she confronted this trainer. She confronted the trainer and had everything recorded on a mobile phone. So they have his testimony and his apology on tape.
That's right. In fact, in a case like this where you have 2 to 3 molestation charges that have been leveled against him, in fact, the maximum imprisonment is up to 3 years. Now, the police actually says that they had to literally fight in the court of law to suggest that there are 2 charges that have been leveled against him and that he needs to be kept under custody during the bail, when the bail hearing was done. This is what the argument of the police was, but still he was made to stay there for about 15 days and he was out on bail. Now, that clearly shows the kind of law that the Indian Constitution actually has. So, how stringent can the law be made when women like this are suffering, not just on land, but even below the sea?
Indeed, and what steps, if at all, can young people take when they take these scuba diving lessons? Are there any steps that training institutions or these scuba diving institutions suggest to prevent such incidents?
That is another angle that needs to be really looked into, just like how Bangalore was subjected to a lot of these schools where there were a lot of guidelines that have been issued. A fresh look needs to be taken at all these institutes that have scuba diving as one such activity to find out whether there could be any kind of background checks that can be done when they hire such people. These are really not being done because these people just easily go in, especially along the coast of Karnataka, also starting from Goa Goa to Uttar Karnataka. These people have been hired by many of such hotels as well as such water adventure sports kind of places where there are no such checks that are being done. It's after all a license that has been issued by the International Association. So a fresh look needs to really be planned and to suggest whether the right people are taken for the right kind of jobs. Gaurav.